Alright, just kicked off the range test for the Beastboard Viper, finally. It's been a while coming, been out with an injured back for a little while. We're tracking on the remote and we have Relive on in the background as always as well, so we should get a pretty accurate number amongst the two of them there. We got 3 speed modes on this, so I'm just tracking on speed mode 2. It gets up to about 42 kilometers or something like that. Not looking to go any faster down this track here. And how many? We got 5 battery bars by the looks, so I'll shoot some footage and check in as we drop down in the battery. It's a 432 watt hour battery on this one, 12S4P, fantastic for the money. It's been out for a while now. The only thing that's changed by the looks during that time is actually the shape of the deck. They've actually taken the deck from the Aurus, which I imagine is only a cost-saving thing. It looks to have a little bit more of a W concave than the original, which I'm a fan of. I spoke to the manufacturer and they said it's a China Samsung battery. Don't know what that means. I know Samsung's from Korea. I'm just going to say it's a generic Chinese battery, but it's been fine so far. It's rated 36 to 46 kilometers, going at 30 kilometers an hour on a flat road. So we'll see how we get compared to that. 36 kilometers for a board that's $599 will be absolutely fantastic. So let's see how we go. Alright, we're in at 4.4 Ks already. We've dropped down 1 bar. I'm cracking along 41 kilometers an hour at the moment. It's a beautiful path here. So nice and smooth and flat. There's a couple of hills on this ride, but only a couple of really tough ones. But I have taken the board up before and it gets up okay. So we'll see how those drain the battery as well. Yeah, we won't be getting 46 if it keeps dropping like this, but I'll keep you updated. Yeah, so just for reference, max speed on this speed mode is between 42, 43 kilometers an hour. So pretty good. I did mention on my first impressions video, given that there's only 3 speed modes on this, I think speed mode 1 is probably a little bit too quick for beginners. Nothing too insane, but just worth noting. I have the new shortboard from Beastboard on the way, so I've not seen any videos on that yet, but it's on old sea shipping, so probably won't get it for another month or so. Thankfully that one does have the new Smart Esk. Doesn't have the wind wheel on there though, because it is a hub, so we'll see how that goes. It's got what it looks like some Cloudwheel Donut sort of clones at 105. But really excited to get another short board in the inventory. Just coming up to a set of lights here, we dropped another bar, so we're down to 8.2 kilometers and 3 bars left. This is a good hill here. Not sure how much this picks up on the camera, but max speed 27 kilometers up it. Speed mode 2 again. I didn't go into the hill with too much speed, but it gets up and has pickup fine up here. Set of train tracks here, so these wheels definitely won't cut it. We're at 9.9, so almost exactly 10 Ks. We'll turn around here, head towards the start and drain it a bit more closer to the car if we have anything left, and yeah, we'll be safe if we need to walk, because if you saw my last range test on the e-bike, I ran out and had to bike home, and since this isn't a hub motor, I will not be able to skate this one back. So I'll check in as we drop another bar. 27 degrees out today, beautiful day. Still in the midst of the Canadian summer. Yeah, in a couple of months we'll start seeing how the cold weather affects battery life, which is not something I'm used to back in Oz. I did run into a bloke recently on this canal who's a viewer, so hello if you're watching, and he did say around October, I think it was, he had stopped his commute because on the e-scooter, the 9-bot, the range just didn't cut it as the weather got a bit cooler. So definitely a real world problem. Out the colour of that water. We're at 18.7 at the moment, still 2 bar, and 18.2 on Relive. Just taking a foot fatigue break at the moment, so it is a stiffer deck. I'm not sure how it compared to the first generation one on the first Viper, but yeah, this 18, 15 kilometer sort of mark, it is getting a bit sore on the old back foot for me. That's usually the one that goes, especially on yeah, harder decks like carbon fiber or anything like that, like on Swift, that sort of thing. So no big deal. Yeah, let's jump back on and keep going. Still on 2 bar, having a hard time killing this thing now. We're at 22.7 kilometers, not far from our starting point, so I'm just gonna keep going up and down this long road here, which is probably about a good, 850 meters or so up to the top there. I'm gonna keep going back and down, up and down, and report as it drops. I am going a bit faster up and down here, 35, 36 kilometers an hour, and there is a slight hill up the top of this hill, so yeah, I'll report in as it drops further. Just had our first buzz on the remote. It did drop to 1 bar and we got 25% warning, 23.8 Ks. So this is the hill I was talking about here. So it's not a steep hill, but it's one of those draining ones because it's a little bit longer. Alright, just got the 10% voltage warning, and it threw me forward a little bit there. I'm still on showing 1 bar, but we're probably going up the hill about 35 kilometers, and then it kind of, dropped out a little bit. So yeah, 10% warning at 28.5 kilometers. So we'll take it over here and nurse it home. Still got decent pickup. So I've still got a little bit more juice left, so I'll do another kilometre or so until it becomes a little bit more noticeable that it's getting towards the end of its life, and then we'll call it a day. So we got a top speed of 24 kilometers an hour on speed mode 2. Feels like it's dropping a little bit, and it's getting a bit jumpy as well, so certainly we'll end it up ahead, and we'll do a final range count and give you my thoughts. Alright, we're back. We timed that really well this time, because we're at about 6 kilometers an hour by the time I just got to the car. Still got 1 bar showing on the remote. That's not accurate at all. It should be well and truly 0 when your max speed on speed mode 2 is 6 kilometers an hour. So dead on 30, if you can see that, which is fantastic. And let's see what Relive says. A distance of 29.2 kilometers and an average speed of 28.5 kilometers. So that's pretty good to replicate the 30 kilometers an hour that they had on their advert on the website. It wasn't all flat ground for our ride, but that's pretty hard to do. As I said, I'm about 81 kilograms, so I think for the price of the board, that's fantastic. I'll pop up what I got for the Lycon Swift belt, which I think comes in at $7.99. I think I got virtually exactly the same, maybe a tad less, so this board is $200 cheaper. And I think really similar power too. So I think for the price, that's great, $5.99. You get the wind wheels, which are better than urethanes. I don't think they're quite as good as 105 Clouds. They do take a little while to wear in though, I'll say that much. Probably around that 60 kilometer mark, you start feeling them, and you can see that they start wearing. They get a little bit more comfortable. So if you are interested in grabbing this board, I will be doing a full review, but if you want to grab it now, I think there's a code Grizzly. Mention that in your comments when you order it. It doesn't take any money off the board, but they will throw in a set of belts. So that's the best I could do for you guys, but it's better than nothing, and it saves you ordering from somewhere else and paying shipping. If you do have any questions regarding the board, feel free to ask in the comments below, or wait for the review and ask on that if I don't address those things you want to hear about. I do have a surf skate coming today, so super keen to get on that. There's a bit of crossover from e-skate and surf skate by the looks of it. I think it will make my skating a bit better, hopefully, and carving and whatnot. So yeah, and I was also thinking for foot fatigue, it would be a good thing too, and good for snowboarding leg fatigue come that season. But anyway, I'll catch you on the next video, and stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you liked it. Cheers, bye.